think it's 15 seconds though.
That's a good start right there.
We have to find new ways to not curse within the first 15 seconds so we don't get screwed.
Yeah, I might slip by accident, so it's better I just stay quiet.
Yeah, we got to find different ways just to keep our mouth shut for the first 15 seconds. What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Well, to the viewers, they're probably thinking, man, the guy looks high, but I'm jet lagged like a motherfucker.
I'm sure.
So I was in Italy from the.
What's the time difference?
So it's not horrible, like when you hear that it's only 6-hour time difference, but it's the worst because it's right
up or down, like
they're 6 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
You know, so when I came back, I gained 6 hours. So I left there at 11 o'clock or 11:30 in the afternoon. And when I got back, it was only 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. And I was in the air for 9 hours. So it's like, so I just haven't been able to catch up. Like I've been getting up at 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, wide awake.
Really?
Wide awake. Yeah. Wide awake. And and like now it's 9 o'clock. And if I go to bed now and I don't sleep for more than 5-6 hours, I'll be up. I have to wait until like at least 1 o'clock to go to bed or I'm fucked.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Fuck that, bro.
Yeah, man.
But
what's going on with you?
No. Let's talk about your trip. Did you have fun? Is the main thing.
Yeah. So my boy, Alessandro Savi, who's born and raised in Italy. He's from a town called Reggio Emilia. And he's very well-known bodybuilder. He turned pro, I believe, in NABA. And I think he earned his pro card actually in the NPC or their version of it over in Italy, but something with like requesting the pro card. Cause I know in other countries you have to, the country or like the head rep of that country has to reach out and I guess ask for the pro card or request a pro card on behalf of the athlete. And I don't know, something happened. I don't know exactly what it was, but some along the lines, he won a show that should have earned him that right. And he didn't get it. So long story short, he does seminars there and they wanted to bring me out. And so we had a seminar on the first Saturday I got there. We landed on Friday because we left here Thursday night. We landed there Friday morning, got through customs, waited for my buddy to land, drove a couple hours into the city. The following day we had a seminar. The seminars were long though. You know, these people pay for these seminars. So it's about a 6-hour seminar followed by like a 2-hour training session. We train like in groups or whatever. And you know, you got to eat afterwards. We grabbed sushi next door. And then for the rest of the week, I had 6 days, right, where I didn't have anything to do. So I was like, well, you know what? They're paying me to come out there. They're covering my airfare and hotel. And, you know, I had an opportunity where my stuff was covered. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll bring my parents.
Yeah.
So I paid for my mom and my dad to come. And, you know, my parents, parents are all background Italian from Italy. And, you know, it's a place they've always wanted to go, but never either could afford or just had the time to go to. So I was like, you know, fuck it. I'm just going to, I paid for their flight, their hotel, and I made sure they didn't go in their pocket. Like that was my, like, thank you to them just for, just being them. So that was really cool. And, one day I drove to Venice and took my mom on a gondola because that was like her bucket list. Like she wanted to go on a gondola. So me, my dad and my mom went on the gondola. And then had another seminar on the final Saturday. I was there in Tuscany. That was a 2.5-hour drive and had another 6-hour seminar, 2-hour training. And then, grabbed a meal, drove at midnight from Tuscany to Reggio or to almost Milan, which is right next, like right by the airport. Checked into the hotel at 3:30 in the morning, checked out of the hotel at 7:45, got to the rental car place and dropped the rental car off at 7:55, was on the airplane by 10:30, in the air by 11:30 and home by 2:30. So
how are the gyms down there? I gotta know.
Do you know what's crazy is that I was really the gyms they're awesome and they're very accommodating, especially like to bodybuilders. Like they, the fact that I was there, they were like every day, they're like, we'll stay open as long as you want, whatever time you want. Yeah. And I was shocked at the lack of Panada equipment at the gyms I was at, because everybody talks about Panada.
Well, that's an Italian brand, right?
Well, yeah, and I was really shocked because I'm shocked, number one, because I really wanted to use it. Like, there's a couple pieces down at the gym, Iron Revolution down in South Jersey.
I think that's the best gym around right now in South Jersey, 100%.
In South Jersey.
Well, it's more north. Like, it's near.
No, it's down. It's near like Hamilton.
It's nowhere near me, bro. It's like an hour and a half away.
Yeah, but it's still south.
That's not south, bro. I will call it central.
I got to take every way that I get there is south of me.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It might be. It's north for you.
Yes, it's
north. South for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're high up, bro.
Yes.
Because that gym is like an hour and 20 minutes from me, from where my mom lives.
And it's an hour and 15 south from me.
Yes.
So there it is.
But they have.
Have you been there since
building a little empire over there, man?
Have you been there since he expanded?
No, unfortunately, I haven't. But I know he has a lot more Lannis equipment, a lot more Panada equipment. Like, he's really doing some cool things over there. So
yeah,
I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah, I've trained there a couple times on a few occasions. Great gym, great answer. The owners are great people, man. They're always accommodating. I mean, listen, not every gym's perfect. The only thing I cannot stand. Do you want to guess what it is? It's not even the tripods and all that fucking dumb shit.
Oh, that's what I was gonna go with.
Every gym has that, so it is what it is. Like, it just
fucking, yeah. But it was, when I went there, it was pretty
absurd. That's one of the things. But
and at the time when I went, it wasn't like really big yet. So you got the tripods literally everywhere in your way.
Like, if I was a gym owner, I would be like, listen, like, you can't, because honestly, dude, if somebody trips over one of those and
cause an injury,
it's a fucking lawsuit waiting to happen, you know? And it's just a fucking, like, if you don't have a friend to fucking hold your phone, then too bad.
Exactly. I agree.
No, maybe just because I'm an old fuck, but they blast the music. It's so loud.
See, okay, I get it,
loud.
If it's good music, I don't really mind it.
I don't know, man. It's loud.
Well, who else does that? The other gym we would go to, the Performance Strength Academy.
I've only been there twice, and it was for like appearances. So
the events, yeah. But normally, when I would go home for Christmas or something, that's where I would go to train.
Yeah,
because that's like 40 minutes from my house. It's not too bad. And he would blast that shit like no one. Like, I remember when my brother were home for Christmas, and we would go there to film. He'd be like, I can't fucking film in here.
Yeah, dude. There's
like, you couldn't even hear me talk. Like, it was that loud.
The first time I was there, I had my fucking iPod, and like my headphones on.
Hear the music.
I could hear the music through my headphones. I was like, "You got to be shitting me!"
At this point, you're like, oh, "Fuck it, I don't even need the headphones."
I'm like, "How much did you spend on this fucking stereo system?"
And he's that guy that owns that gym is actually building another one of those, but 15 minutes from where my mom lives. So that's gonna be cool.
What town is that?
Pine Hill.
Pine Hill.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is.
That's like, it's like a half hour from where like we did the podcast for Hostile at Aries.
Okay, gotcha. At that high school?
Yeah, like I'm right where my mom lives, like a half hour.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, because I was down there not long ago because my nephews wrestled in that high school again. I was right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, man. So I mean, that was my Italian experience. I believe it or not, I lost over 10 pounds.
I saw that. Did you not eat all the pasta or what?
Dude, I just was fucking busy, man.
I believe it.
I was just fucking busy. And like when I'm you know me, dude, I'm high strung. When I go. Like
you don't stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can eat whenever, you know, and I got home, I stepped on the scale.
So you're 189, right?
Dude, my ass I drove right to McDonald's. I smoked. Then I went to McDonald's, and then I came home, and I had a quarter pounder meal. I got a McChicken sandwich, crispy sandwich. I got a 20-piece nugget, didn't eat all those. A large fry, didn't eat all those. The 2 burgers, ate those.
I want to know what you have for dessert.
And then I had a pint of Ben & Jerry's.
What flavor?
Thick mint. Bro, it's so good. The new the one that's called Topped.
I don't like mint though, bro.
Bro, trust me, you got it. It's the best. It's my number one.
Well, it's funny. Me and Maria did our cheat meal on Tuesday, right? And we went to Five Guys, and then like 10 minutes, or it was really like 5 minutes. There's like this little like outdoor mall type thing. There's a cookie place, and then right next to it is the Ben & Jerry's. So we got cookies, and then walked right to Ben & Jerry's. Got my Ben & Jerry's ice cream and crushed up the ice cream in the Ben & Jerry's. Phenomenal.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Oh, dude.
No. I'm not saying that's no, that's a great idea. Phenomenal idea. My question is this. How close was the cookie place to the Ben & Jerry's?
We walked. It was literally like a minute walk, if that.
I don't know if I'd want to open a cookie place near a Ben & Jerry's or vice versa.
Why? I think that's brilliant.
No, it's not, because most fucking ice cream places have crushed up cookies that they can throw in the fucking.
True. But like, I don't know. For me, I'm like, if there's a cookie store, I want to get cookies there.
Okay, but hold on. Most people don't want to spend double. Like, you know, we do okay for ourselves. Like we can pay for double desserts. Like some people. Like, I'm just saying, most people, and I'm not being fucking a dick. Hold on. So most people don't want to pay. If it's you, Maria, let's say it's $15 in ice cream, right? And then you go over to the cookie place, and it's, let's say, $8 a cookie.
It was $14 for 4.
14.
It was about $30 for dessert.
So some people just want. Some people just want the $10 slice of pie.
I get it.
You have half, and call it a day.
Okay. Let me explain. I like to try new things. Normally, if I go to an ice cream place or a frozen yogurt place, I will do the toppings there. But I wanted to try this cookie place, so I got cookies in Ben & Jerry's.
Now, you do realize, right, that there is no. I'm not arguing you. I know. I would have done the same thing.
So, but just to, justify my point, because, you have a point too. I want to explain. I'm a big cookie guy, so I wanted to try this cookie place, but I also love ice cream. So I wanted ice cream too.
Yeah. I like my favorite cookies lately. Juan and Karen, my cookie dealer, sent me their new cookies that are available like in the stores. So they're not as thick. So they're a little fucking thinner.
Really?
Yeah, man. I had one of those last night with my ice cream. I did the same thing. And I was like, it was strawberry toaster pastry.
Ooh.
It's weird, bro. I don't like, I dated a girl that used to always like brownies and ice cream. And I'd be like, nah, it's too sweet. Like, I don't
Maria don't like sweets, bro.
Yeah. But like, I like sweets, but I like the peach cobblers, the apple pies, the fucking key lime pies.
It tastes fruity.
I like the fruity desserts.
That's why I like the dessert at Cheesecake Factory so much.
The strawberry one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got everything I like. It's ice cream, fresh strawberries, the biscuit, the whipped cream. It's refreshing.
Yeah. Like my favorite is apple crisp. Like I could smash it. That's one of my favorites.
And honestly, one of my favorite cookies is oatmeal raisin.
Yeah, that's a good cookie.
I love the chocolate, but oatmeal raisin, oatmeal raisin is good, man.
So, like for me, even when it comes to Pop-Tarts, I like the brown sugar cinnamon and like the Oreo. I'm like, nah, nope, I am good. I
don't like none of that, but there is one flavor I like. It's called chocolate chip Pop-Tart or whatever. That one's good. I will be honest.
is the outer shell more of a chocolate chip?
Yeah, it's like a cookie
Is it more of a cookie?
chocolate filling. That one's pretty good.
Okay, I could see that.
But I like all the fruity stuff, like the strawberry Pop-Tart. I like, there's one that's called strawberry milkshake. I like that one. They have a blueberry one. I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So your favorite cookie's oatmeal raisin. So what your favorite dessert is what? That your favorite dessert is the one from Cheesecake Factory.
All time, yeah. But like if I had to pick like just a general dessert, it's gonna be cookies and ice cream.
Okay. I'm pretty much right there with you. Because I'm not a cake guy.
I do love my standard cheesecake, but that's really fucking heavy.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to have that every day.
No, cookies and ice cream, I don't think is too heavy. No. It's pretty light. And I like you. I even like getting like if they like at Ben and Jerry's has a flavor. I didn't get it, but
milk and cookies.
I didn't get that one. That's the one I got actually.
Yeah.
But they have strawberry cheesecake.
Yep.
I didn't try that one, but like that's something I would normally get.
Last night I had the raspberry cheesecake.
That's awesome.
Dude, so it's like the only way I can put weight back on, man. It's like I have to fucking eat like for like 3 or 4 nights in a row. Just eat before I go to bed to hold my weight, and it sucks.
Yeah, you gained like 10 pounds right back, right?
In those 2 days I ate like 2 nights pretty fucking hefty. Yeah.
That's good.
But I eat to the point where I feel like shit.
See, normally I do that. Like if I'm at a restaurant, like I eat all the bread. Yeah. I get either salad. Like we've been going to like fancy steakhouse places like Barry's or Smith and Winsky's or whatever the fuck it's called. And they have like the big sides, like we share. So we would I would eat all the bread because that's my thing. I would get a Caesar salad because I think if you have a good Caesar salad, you're probably a good restaurant.
Yeah.
And then I get a steak. She'll get a steak, and then we'll order like 3 or 4 sides, but they're like hefty fucking sides.
Yeah.
We'll demolish all that shit. So, and then we're like, okay, time for dessert. And sometimes we went to Barry's and we wanted to try multiple things. Yeah. So I think we ended up getting only like 2 of what we wanted. And I was like, I'm gonna have a little bit of here, a little bit, whatever. We end up eating the whole goddamn thing. So, waking up the next morning was not, the best feeling in the world.
All fucking better from all the sodium and shit.
Inflamed. I felt tired, fatigued, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Cheeks like this,
bro. I can't do cheeks the way I used to anymore.
It's horrible. The older you
get, they really fuck with me, bro.
They rip you apart, bro.
But like a couple years ago, 3 years, I used to go to eat like that. Wake up.
Now all bloated, gassy.
I don't want to my eye.
If I'm gonna do a big cheat meal like I do, I always make sure because I take fiber and shit, like fiber juiced up, which is a green supplement from Blackstone Labs. And there's another supplement called Trojan Horse. So I take those 3 every night before I go to bed. I've been doing it for 3 years straight. And if I know I'm gonna have a cheat meal, instead of doing it before bed, I will do it before I eat. So I know it's in my system. So I know that all that stuff's gonna clear out of me.
But I think for me, it's more so the dessert that fucks me up rather than
because of the sugar.
Yeah,
it's the sugar.
It sucks because I will take that sacrifice to feel like shit.
Because you eat the sugar because you're full, right? And then you eat all the fucking food, and then the sugar spikes your insulin levels, and then your fucking heart rate is up. Then you start sweating. And then you're so full that you're thirsty. So then you start drinking fluid. Then the fluid mixed with everything in your stomach turns your stomach into a food baby.
It takes me a while to fall asleep those nights.
Because you got a fan on you. You got the fucking meat sweats.
The heart's going. And I'm like,
checking your Apple Watch. Like,
yep. Straight up burning calories, not moving.
Oh, speaking of arms, let me see the Tataruni. Here, buddy boy.
Okay. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Why wasn't I asked about this?
What would I ask you?
Because it's my fucking opinion. Does that not matter now all of a sudden?
For a tattoo, no.
Really?
I mean, you were in Italy, though.
I got it. What's the difference if I'm in Itoly and Jersey? Either way, my stoppability of you getting a tattoo is exactly the same.
Yeah, it would be very delayed.
Either way. You fucking idiot. So I got a question because I saw it and I was like, oh, that's fucking pretty badass. And then like I read a couple of the comments and they're like, if you're going to get a tattoo like that, it better be a good tattoo. So hold on. No. Hold on. Stop. Hold on. My question is this. Obviously that's a lion, right?
Yeah.
Can we agree? Okay. I glanced at it for a split second because I was scrolling fast, noticed it was a lion within a split second. Now I don't know what these people who say it's a shitty tattoo expect it to look like. Do you expect it to move? Do you expect its mouth to roar? Like, I don't understand. I'm like, the tattoo looks like a very well fucking done lion. And I think it looks pretty damn good. So I'm reading comments and people going like mad that you got, they're like, it's subpar. And I'm like,
I got
missing.
And I had to text my tattoo guy and I'm like, yo, like, don't read these comments. And he's like, no, bro, it's fine. It comes with the territory. I'm like, okay.
Oh, really? Now, is this like a well-known guy? Like, I don't know anything about it.
I think he's decently well-known in Cali. He came down here for like a little family vacay that they do. And he's like, while I'm there, I can squeeze you in for what you want. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he came Saturday morning and, he did it.
Oh, at your house?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking badass.
Yeah. So he just came, set everything up, did it.
Unless I missed. Does Maria have or did she get a tattoo?
She got a little one, yeah.
What'd she get? Did she post it? If she did, I just missed it.
She did, like in her the finger part right here.
Oh,
yeah, the most painful part. She moved, and there's like a little squiggly line.
No,
not bad, but you could tell like because when he first did it, she like jumped.
Yeah, that's like. Oh, why would you start with that? Oh God.
But she just got a T for Tor and Thor and then a heart next to it.
That's awesome. Oh
yeah.
Man. Just the thought of that. I would jump.
This one wasn't that painful. I mean, like honestly, the one of my elbows hurt more.
You have how many now?
3.
2 on each. One on each side, and then that new one.
Yeah.
Is that
everyone's like, oh my God, you're not gonna win the Olympia now. I'm like, it's my forearm.
Tattoos. So back when I was coming up in bodybuilding, tattoos weren't really like the thing to have, to be honest with you. But within the past, I would say 5 years more so than 5 to I would say 7 years. Tattoos have become a little more, I would say, acceptable within the industry. Like if a lot more girls have them.
Yeah, listen, I'm not like getting my body fucking covered here. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
But I think if you get some, on your forearm or you got one on your calf or something, like it's not a big deal. I mean, William Bonac, for example, has his whole fucking body almost covered. Samson's got some. Chris Bumstead has his whole forearm done. Like, who cares? As long as it's not really affecting too much, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree. I say as long as it's not excessive, and and as long as it doesn't throw off your symmetry,
right?
Like
if I got a sleeve, then I'd be like, okay.
Or if you had like a big piece coming like down into your chest, like I'd be like, that throws you off your symmetry a little bit. Like forearm tattoo doesn't really do much for your symmetry. It doesn't really hurt.
I got it on this arm because I pose on this side the most.
Yeah.
So you don't see this at all, really.
Yeah, because it's your hidden arm.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only pose, and I went through them all. The only pose you could see this is when I hit a front double.
Front double.
And it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
From the back double, you don't see it. Most muscular, you don't see it. Side tricep, you don't see it. Side chest, you don't see it. I've been trying a little bit.
Is your goal to get the inside done and then just have like a complete almost sleeve and tie it in all to one?
Yeah.
Because you might as well.
I love tattoos. So, whenever I decide to, hang up my trunks, that I will probably get more in time. Like, I'm not gonna jeopardize my goals and
of course.
I'm gonna do it now. It's just, I'm good.
Yeah. And you make the drawings of you a lot harder. If people want to draw pictures of you, now they're like, this fucking kid.
You're gonna draw this lion, kid.
The fucking lines in, yeah. So what else has been going on with you? We haven't talked in like two weeks. I didn't talk to you that much when I was away.
Not much, man. Just off season really just kind of officially started now. So, just training, growing now.
Now, officially means what? Did you like start incorporating like the drugs? Did you increase the food?
Yeah,
all the above?
The supplements got incorporated now. Food's a little bit higher. Training volume slowly starting to increase a little bit for me. With weights, I'm 280 right now. So.
That's crazy. Now, when you say increase the food, does he increase all aspects of the food at once, or is it more like carb pushing in the beginning and then, or is it protein raised too? Because for me, it's easier to get in extra rice than it is more ounces of fucking protein.
So my protein doesn't really change. Like when I was after the Arnold, even after the Olympia, when we did a little quick rebound, it's 224 grams, which is like 8 ounces.
Okay.
It doesn't change. And honestly, since, we did start the off season now incorporating, the supplements, the food hasn't drastically changed from what it was prior, because he kind of wants to see what does what. And then we'll start, going up in the food.
Yeah.
Because the food's already, I'm eating enough to where my recovery is fine. My training performance is fine. Strength's going up. So the food wasn't necessarily, the issue.
Yeah.
But I'm doing, I'd say average 500-600 grams of carbs a day right now for me.
That's great.
Fats are around like 80. He's pretty big on fats right now. So
how's your strength? Starting to go through the roof. Yeah.
It's going on.
Now, because you started like in a final, or a final, beginning of an off season. And so you're increasing food, starting PEDs, and your weight's going up. So you must be feeling like $1 million. I
feel great. Now the recovery is better. Oh my God. Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about that on the side, me and you, the other day. We were talking about how we've been using the medical sauna. And I know me and you got hooked up with it.
Dude, I don't know how often you use it, but I'll be honest, because it's in my house and I enjoy it. I use it almost every day. I've
been using it since it got hooked up right before I left for Italy.
Yeah.
Since I've been home, what I've been doing, I wake up in the morning and I obviously, I do my routine with the dogs and let them out and feed them. And then I literally do my cardio, get done with cardio. I take my shoes off and I walk right in there and just turn it on.
See, I do the sauna before the cardio.
You know why
I think I only do that because it gets me warmed up and I sweat, I chill for a minute.
I like to relax after the cardio. That's why. And sit back and chill. I because it's connected to the Bluetooth and I just let it rock and roll, throw some country music on. But yeah. So, for me, it's something that I did a lot of research on and there's a lot of benefits.
So much, bro.
Red light sauna. And if you guys don't know about it, we'll put the link or who's ever
somewhere over here
or over here and check it out. We both have discount codes. You can hit us both up, but
you don't have to use it in the morning too. Like you can use it later in the day, at night, or before bed or something.
Yeah. So
I just use it in the morning because it just kind of kickstarts my day and whatnot, but
so I like to use it to sweat. And obviously in there you have the ability to change the settings.
Yeah.
And about obviously how hot you want
it. How hot do you go?
I've turned it all the way up to 150.
No.
Yeah.
I go to 140.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I like to sweat. So for me, if I did it at night, then I would have to go right from there, right to the shower, then to bed.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And I don't want to go right. I don't want to shower and go directly. Like when I like to get back from the gym, shower, change. Sit down, watch TV, have a meal, maybe eat one more meal, then go to bed. Not go right from the shower right into the fucking bed. And that's what I would do,
But I've also even noticed using that, my recovery was a lot better.
Yeah, so I'm 3 days, what's today? 4 days in to using it. And what I do notice, to be honest with you, is in the beginning, I was pissing out so much more toxins than I was used to. And I like was getting out of there and I had like a weird scent to my sweat and it smelled like weird, almost like had like a I don't want to, yeah, like almost like a alcoholic vinegary, like it was very odd. And that was like the first 2 days. And then it kind of like it dissipated. And I was like, I guess that was more of like a detox phase, which
because when I do it now, I feel good.
Yeah.
And I feel like my energy is a little better. I overall just feel in a better mood.
Today, when I got out of there, the first thing I thought when I opened the door to get out and I stepped out, it felt like I like just had like a double shot of espresso and it hit me. And I was like, holy shit, I feel fucking good.
Bro, it's awesome. It really is.
Yeah. So there, and the guy Lewis is a great guy. And he really took
awesome guy.
Me and you with those saunas. And so shout out to Lewis. We appreciate you, buddy. Now what is what's coming up with you? What's next? So you got any I heard from a birdie you might be going to Pure Muscle and Fitness to train with Dorian in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so me and Maria actually leave Wednesday to go to Pittsburgh because I'm gonna exposing at the Pittsburgh Pro, and then literally from there she's gonna fly back here, but I'm driving back down with them to go to Canada because it's like a 5-hour drive, and I'm gonna be there for I think like 2 weeks. Because when I get there, that following weekend is the whole FitLog thing that they do really big in Canada, like it's a big expo or something. And then I'll stay probably another week, and where I'll do just a lot of content for them, filming workouts, things of that nature, and then I'll come back.
Yeah, I was talking to Dorian the other day. He was asking me about it. I was thinking about maybe if you and Dorian and those guys were out there, if I had the opportunity. It's like a 7-hour drive. So I really wouldn't want to drive.
Not that bad.
No, but if I was going to do it, I would just take a quick flight over. I don't think. Well,
if you do, you should. We could do it. We could even do a live podcast there.
Well, that's what he was saying too. So I thought that'd be pretty cool. Me and you could link up and do that too. So as that gets closer, I'm starting to get really as May, June, July, August come. I start to get really busy.
Really.
Yeah, as far as appearances go, man. Yeah,
that'll be for me. I die down. I think I got like one more appearance at the end.
Well, that's because you don't like to travel. Like,
that's when my prep will really start to kick in gear around that time frame.
Yeah, because Olympia is what month this year?
November.
Yeah,
and as much as I am enjoying traveling a little bit now.
Yeah,
I have a goal, and I cut it off.
What how many weeks out? Like when are you going to start? 20 weeks, 16 weeks? You're like 20.
I usually always start the prep 20 weeks out, which is kind of like just kind of getting in the groove. Like, okay, it's, not necessarily strict exactly, but this is kind of where we're headed.
Yeah.
16 weeks out, we turn it up a little more, then you get the 12-week mark, and then that's when it's really okay, game time.
Yeah. Yep. Where was your weight when you started this past year? Did you get up to 280 plus?
For
when you started dieting this time around?
For the Olympia?
Yeah.
I was over 300, bro.
Yeah. No. I'm saying as far as like the 280 you were then and the 280 you were now after the Olympia.
Don't compare.
Like how do you think you look at the 280 now versus the 280 last year?
My waist, I honestly can say I don't think my waist it has changed much at all.
Because you keep posting pictures and you just look bigger, but the proportions keep getting more insane because your waist doesn't really seem to get worse.
Well, so I don't.
It's like you're not getting fatter, which is weird.
I'm not, and I'm not overeating. Like I'm trying. I don't feel the need to where I have to eat so much food to pack one size. And I think that plays a big role. Like I said, we're eating enough where it's going to put me in a surplus to give me the energy that I need to get stronger, make improvements in the gym that are needed, but not just blow up everywhere. Yeah. I don't need that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that, it keeps the waist obviously a little tighter, and it helps.
I mean, yeah, I think, and it's like, sometimes do you need those extra added 20 or 30 pounds? Like, there's 20 or 30 pounds that there's added 20 or 30, or maybe even if it's just 10 or 15, right? Extra added pounds. If you're going to lose it anyway, because it's just added fat, what is it really benefiting you to keep that weight on?
Exactly. So like when I was 300, I think my peak weight when I started prep for the Olympia last year was like 302, I think.
Okay.
The first week and a half, bro, I lost like 15 pounds. It's like,
yeah, and so it's kind of like why? I mean, I guess it's 6'1", half a dozen the other, because I guess if you were 290, you probably would have lost 10 or 12 pounds of water. So it's like, because you'd be losing that amount of water regardless.
Listen, I'm okay with putting on a little bit of water, like you need to a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's levels, like,
yeah.
I don't want to look a certain way, right? And then you get in prep and then you just lose it. And it's like what you thought was something good, it was the opposite.
So you got sucked dry.
And I'd rather start prep and my weight barely budges.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're in a good fucking spot right now.
I'm trying to think. Let me think. I think most preps that I've started, the first week or two, I think I definitely averaged around 6 to 12 pounds, like I would lose in the first 2 weeks.
Which is normal.
Yeah. But there was 1 year when I got super fucking big. It was the biggest I've ever. I got up to 242. I know it's not big for you, but it's big for me.
For you, yeah, it is.
If you guys think of now, I'm 108. I'm 190 pounds now, right?
Yeah, 240. That's what I weigh.
240. It's 50 pounds heavy. That's big. I mean, you're a little taller than me, but it blows my mind that you can carry around the weight you do, because like you're not that much taller than me. So it fucking
like even being like 280 right now, I feel fine.
Oh no, I know, but you look
enormous. But it's like, even when I was 300, and that was pretty fucking heavy for me, I felt like crap, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
When most people would be like I was not
going up and down stairs, tying your shoes, no problems.
Like I definitely, had moments, but like it wasn't that bad.
Definitely had moments when I tried to pee and couldn't figure out where everything was.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, man. I mean, that's fucking great. So since you've had your passport now, it's going to be Canada 2 times.
Yeah.
ain't nothing repetitive about you, I guess, huh?
I am the most repetitive.
If you like it, you like it, I guess, right?
No, honestly, bro, like I hope you can come when I'm there, because it would be fun. Just
I'm trying to. The problem is,
hear me out. It would be fun, obviously, because me and you could probably train together, obviously, at that point. But I just want you to see this gym. Like,
I heard it's phenomenal. I heard it's out of this world. I heard Dorian has a phenomenal gym, like one of the best of the best.
Now I understand. Like when I take Maria to different gyms around here, and I'm like, "How do you like it?" And she's like, "Eh." I get it now. I understand.
It's that crazy.
It's a playground. It literally, you could spend a month there and probably still not hit every machine that's there.
Have you ever been to Oxygen in
No,
no.
I just got a passport, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? I'm asking the worst motherfucker. Like
I literally just got a passport.
I'm jet lagged. You got to give me a pass on that one, because I was just making fun of you for just getting a passport, and I'm like,
I know.
To Kuwait.
Yeah, I literally booked a flight immediately there.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
No, but I hear that gym's very, very badass too. Like
I heard nothing tops that. And I've been to like the one that Sergio trained.
Well, I would love to go, of course, but that's going to Pure. That was like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, I got to check it out. So the end of May into the beginning of June, that week into that first weekend, is the fishing trip that I go on every year with my dad and like a couple of the guys.
Oh yeah.
And I turn down no matter what gets thrown at me that week, I turn it down. And I told Brian, like, dude, see, if people are watching and they notice this lip isn't really moving. So remember, I told you I got those things removed. So this lip is still completely fucking numb. So if you notice when I'm talking,
how is that?
He didn't say anything yet, so I'm guessing it's good. But my lip is still fucking numb, and it's driving me.
And how's your eyes? I mean, they look normal. So I guess when they shot you in the eye, it worked, huh?
Yeah, but I got like a scar now. Like
that's all right. Make a cool story out of it.
Got bit by a shark.
Yeah, you are now with the elite group of shark.
Yeah, of shark fucking survivors. But yeah, so my lip has been numb for 2 weeks. It's driving me fucking crazy.
Did you just take medication or no?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, since they did the surgery, they give you like medication?
No, they gave me an antibiotic, but I didn't take it because I just got done taking 2 rounds of antibiotics for my eyes, and it was like the next day or two, I was like, I'm not taking another antibiotic, fucking 3 antibiotics in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, so unless this thing gets infected, I ain't taking shit. So I didn't take anything, but my lip is still fucking numb. It just sucks. Yeah, it's one thing after another with me.
I know. It never changes.
So, dude, I'm not one for bringing up dumb shit, but a lot of stuff happening in the past fucking 48 hours, huh?
A lot of interesting news.
Yeah, a lot of shit, man. Shout out to Uprising Extracts.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just drink the whole thing?
Yeah, bro, I'm tired, man. I'm exhausted. Give me a little pickup. Wake me up.
Little pick me up.
I'm gonna say this because I don't want to turn into a news channel, you know. Yeah. We'll leave that for the Trigillies of this world. That's not us. But I will say this because I've gotten a lot of people DM me, especially when I was on my live feed this morning, asking me what I think about this. And I don't really I don't really care enough to give my opinions when 2 friends having, and whether it's, I don't even want to call it a falling out, whether it's just a disagreement or maybe they're not seeing eye to eye, or maybe their morals don't line up. And this is what I'm going to say. And this is not directed at Justin. This isn't directed at Nathan. This definitely isn't directed at Fuad or Hostile, but this is just directed to everybody in general. And I actually have a video that I posted and I'm going to put on my Instagram tomorrow, and it's a little longer and in depth, and I'm going to try not to go too in depth about it. But it's as simple as this, is that the reason why I feel that I'm successful in my life is because I think I have a unique talent of not giving a fuck about other people's opinions about me and what I do. And what I mean by that is I don't do anything and make decisions with ill intent to hurt or offend anybody in my life. But I will make a decision that might hurt somebody's feelings, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, every decision that I make, I'm going to upset and bother, or it might not be the decision that somebody else would have made. And at the end of the day, that's okay, because hurt feelings are not that big of a deal, but an unhappy human being sucks. So I'd rather hurt somebody else's feelings by making a decision that makes me happy, rather than constantly worrying about what everybody's feeling are around me. Because let's be truthful, Nick, when I make my decisions, you're one of my closest friends, right? But when I make a decision in my life, and me and you've talked about it, you've called me, I've called you. Hey, bro, I didn't like that. Hey, dude, that wasn't fucking cool. Like, me and you've called me, I've called you. So, but at the end of the day, you're saying, hey, man, I don't like that because it made me feel this way. Yeah. But you're not like, but fuck you, you're not my friend because you did it on purpose. Exactly. There's a big difference. Yes.
Right? And I feel when you have close bonds with people, somebody's always going to do something eventually that you don't like.
Exactly.
It happens. So you call them, text them, whatever, and just say, hey, man, like, I didn't like this. This bothered me. This is why it bothered me. You know, do you think I'm overreacting? Whatever the case is, like, how do you feel, about it? And you just talk it out. You come to a conclusion, and it's like being in a relationship, so to speak, right? Like me and Maria, we have our differences. Sometimes we talk about it, we come to a conclusion, we fix it, we move on, done.
Yeah.
And that's how a friendship should be.
And I agree. And the issue, and one of the things I said in my video is that usually the people that are upset about the opinions they gave are the last ones to think about you when they're making a decision in their life. So my whole main point is, it had something to do about being successful. And I said, one of the reasons why I think I'm successful is because I don't give a fuck about other people's opinions. I do what I think is best for me in that moment. And that's going to help me and myself move forward as an individual, as a person, as a business person, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a bodybuilder, whatever the case may be. And I'll ask for forgiveness later, or I'll say I'm sorry later if somebody gets offended. But at the end of the day, like when people give me their opinion, it never actually matters. Because I'm going to tell you why, Nick, because I already know my decision. As soon as something happens in my life that comes into my life where I have to make a decision, my decision, as soon as it approaches me, my decision's normally made, right? And if I have to think about it and people give me their opinions, it's most of the time people giving me their opinion, not me asking for it, right? So it's more people talking to me than it is people giving me their opinions.
Yeah.
And so I will listen to what people say. I will listen to what Nick Walker has to say to me. If I say, hey, Nick, what do you think about this? And you say, I think yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay. But if I'm like, I disagree, I'm going to do it however I see fit because that just works for me. And something that and so on the topic of that, and then another thing my father told me a while ago was, you can't get mad how people react in situations because not everybody was brought up the same way. So not everybody's going to react the way me and your mother raised you. And that applies to these situations too. And people don't realize that, Nick, me and you have a podcast together, right? Me and you were on Bro Chat together. Me, you and Justin and Fuad were on Bro Chat together. We, you and Fuad, had an issue and you guys, left and, whatever happens. But what people don't understand is that there is a lot that happens when the fucking lights go off and we're not doing a podcast anymore. There are things that happen in contracts that, should happen or shouldn't have happened or should have been signed or maybe shouldn't have been signed. But at the end of the day, we as a collective group of people, with all the podcasting that Fuad did and or does, and Justin was on, and it's we give you guys a small little view into the lives that we have because we're trying to give you guys some content, some uplifting, some positive stuff in your life. And I see a lot of negative fucking comments on both sides, going against these guys. And it sucks because at the end of the day, I don't care if Justin is with Hostile, or I don't care if Fuad wanted him or didn't want him. You know what matters to me at the end of the day is that if Fuad's happy, if Justin's happy, if Nick's happy, if Guy's happy, you know what I'm saying? And you know what? If Fuad's happy and it sacrificed maybe a little bit of something from Justin, but Fuad's now happy, then good for fucking Fuad, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
that was my thing. When I talked to Justin, I said, "Are you happy?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, man, I am." And I said, "That's all that matters, bro."
You know what? And from a Fuad standpoint, like, listen, I get, like, it sucks, man, when you have somebody on your side, and it's like this, right? So people could say good for Justin, right? And I'm just playing devil's advocate, and then we're going to move on because I don't want to stay on this too long. But, I have to give, you gave that side, and here's the other side. And it's like, think about being a coach for an NFL team, right? And you fucking scat out this fucking awesome player. And you're like, that guy's going to be fucking great. I want to get him fucking early. And I pick him up early, sign him to the fucking team. I fucking bring him under my wing. I fucking show him a lot of things. And then he's about to fucking start the first time ever. Yeah. And he's like, I want to be traded. That sucks.
It does. Yeah.
And you know what? I think Justin knows that. And I think that's why it was a hard decision. But, when you look at it like that, that kind of fucking blows, man.
I get it. It sucks on both ends. But the only thing I think that, you express is what matters most is you need to always do what's best for you. And there will come a time in everyone's life, you've had them plenty of time, you are going to face very uncomfortable situations, and you need to do what's best for you at the end of the day. This is your life, this is your career, this is whatever your future. And she also has a wife. So you need to do what you think is best for you and your wife, your family, whatever it is. And unfortunately, somebody is always going to get hurt in the mix of these situations.
Not maybe hurt, but their feelings might get a little upset.
Yes, that's what I mean. So, and yes, all these have to be considered. But at the end of the day, you have to sometimes put yourself first.
Yeah.
And do
no. Not sometimes, dude. Not sometimes.
Well, I'm trying.
Not sometimes. You have to. And that's because, this is what happens, Nick. If you don't put yourself first, okay, and you're not happy, then every decision you make, this is again, my opinion, take it or leave it. This is my view on life. This is what I believe to be truth. If you're not happy in a decision that you make, every decision after that, that's based around that first decision is going to be compromised because you made it and you're not fucking happy with that decision.
I agree.
That's why I view it like that. And that's just, but that's how I am. And listen, I have friends that do not like that. That's how I am. But it's this way too. If you know that's how I am and I'm your friend, then you do one or two things. You either grab my chair and you pull me closer because me and you are see eye to eye on a very important aspect of life, or you take my chair and you place it accordingly on the table in which we sit. Or numero 3, you kick the legs out and you drag and you tell me to fucking leave the table and I'm not at your table anymore.
You don't eat with me.
But there's only 3 options.
I agree.
And that's it. And 2 of them I eat with you, 1 of them I don't. And I'm friends with people that, I believe in fucking God and go to church and say my prayers. I have friends that don't believe in God. Okay. I'm a fucking, conservative Republican. I got friends that fucking or Democrats or fucking or liberal. They're still my fucking boy. That shit, that's all opinions, and that's their opinion. And that's what makes them happy. That's what's good for them. That's their truth. They're right. But it's not mine, but that's okay. And at the end of the day,
that's the thing. People take opinions too personal.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, as long as my friends are happy, then I'm happy, and by the looks of everything, it may not have happened at the right time, the right moment, but I think everybody seems to be happy. And I wish Justin nothing the best. And I think Fouad has had a very good thing with Hostel, and he has one of the, a very, very big company, and he has phenomenal athletes. He has great people surrounding him, and we all support him, and we all think he's a great guy, and he brings a lot to the bodybuilding world. So, I have no question that, he and he's got one of the best, and he's got one of the best athletes in the fucking game right now with Samson, who's crushing it. So, at the end of the day, it hurt me to see some of the negative comments towards Fouad and towards Justin, because you know, I'm boys with them both. And seeing that kind of negative shit after, you know, regardless of what anybody wants to say, those two together, and with me and you, Nick, too, like the amount we gave to people in that podcast when we were all a part of it. I mean, I'm still a part of it, but when you were still there, like we gave a lot to people. So just because like parts of the, like maybe in the whole mechanics, maybe all the pieces aren't fitting together perfectly all the time, but we're still friends, and like we still do things together, and like to pin people against each other in comments is just not cool.
Well, that's the power of social media, bro. Unfortunately, you know,
How did you've gotten better? Because in the beginning, because I've talked to you, you used to get in your head really bad about the comments. You were used to get rough on yourself, and like how did you kind of, what kind of made you click out of the constantly looking, worrying, and seeing what everybody was saying about you when you posted something, or when you're like, fuck, I know there's a video coming out, or this video just got posted about me. Like, was there a point of high anxiety because I know you and Trigilli weren't always friends with each other. So, you know, and I know why, right? And there was that had emotions behind it. So was there like a day or something where something just clicked and you're like, you know what, fuck this, I don't even care anymore?
I think it was, you know, I think what a lot of things that, you know, happened last year that put me in a dark spot, which I think, you know, once you become vulnerable to one thing, I think you become vulnerable to almost anything now. Anything's going to trigger you and bother you. But again, you know, now, and I know I also made a lot of emotional decisions, irrational ones. So now that, now I think things through a lot more before I make a true decision.
Yeah.
Whether I think it's going to make me look bad or not. When I make decisions now, you know, first of all, I always run them by Maria, see her opinion. I ask my mother, and sometimes I'll even ask you. And I gather everyone's opinion with what I believe, and really justify everything before I come to any decisions. Like I said, even if I think my decision, which, you know, I think could be the right decision, might make me not look so good to the public eye for a little while. If my decision, when I'm thinking clear and you know, no emotions aside, if I'm happy with that decision, I don't give a shit what anyone has to say. You know, pretty much like kind of what you already said. And that's what it says. When you're living your life, you know, you're making a decision that you think is best for you, your family, whatever else. But, you know, it gets posted everywhere. You look like an asshole, you do whatever the case is. But as long as you believe for yourself, and the people around you that are close believe you did the right thing, or whatever the case is, I don't really care what, you know, people have to say, because
living by your own standards, man.
They're not in my life, right? They're not in my life. They don't pay my bills. They don't do that type of shit. So yeah, listen, I love everyone out there that supports me, has their own opinion. But at the end of the day,
you got to do you, bro.
Exactly. You know, and that's just, even, I don't want to say the older I've gotten, because it's only been like a year since all that shit happened, but I'm just learning, and I'm growing from a lot of things.
Yeah.
And really learning to like not make these quick decisions immediately, and really, you know, process these things, you know. It's like when I moved to Tampa, right? Was that an emotional decision? Yeah, it was. Do I regret it? No, because it was cool. But I probably didn't need to do it.
Yeah.
You know, moving to Vegas, was this an emotional decision? No, this was well thought out. I was here for a while. And, you know, I sat Marie down a few times and was like, you know, do you really want to do this? You know, we discussed it, we thought about it, made the move, and honestly, and I'm sure she would agree, we're the happiest right now. You know,
that's awesome.
We love Vegas. We're happy here. You know, our family's not here, obviously, but
yeah,
you know,
but your family wasn't there when you were in Florida, so
exactly. You know, matter. So, but I love, you know, the atmosphere here. I love the weather here. You know, we live in a very good neighborhood. It's very quiet. So overall, it's just, this is better for us. You know, and my mom obviously came down when she was here for Olympia. You know, she loved the house, so that meant a lot to me. You know, so But there are going to come decisions that I will probably have to make in the future that are just really going to be like, oh shit, like what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And again, to the public eye, some of these decisions may not look that good to them. But if I know in my heart this is what it needs to happen, down the road, eventually people will say, oh, you know what?
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get people judge everybody based on the decisions they make, and that's okay. But people got to understand that if you're living your life by your own set of standards, in which I hope everybody is, respectfully, you can't, you got to make the decision that what's best for you in each situation that's presented to you at that time.
Yeah.
That's the best. And if you're doing the best at that, then I think you're doing the best at your life. And that's just me, and that could be a bullshit way of thinking, but people might be like, oh, well, what about your friends and what about your family? Yeah, they're still going to be there. And you know what? If I hurt their feelings and they don't want to be there because of a hurt feeling, then that's on them. Because you know what? There's a lot of motherfuckers in my life that have hurt my feelings. And I guess what? I'm still here because I'm not a fucking pussy. So it's like, okay.
Oh, I get it.
So.
Is that the ice shaker? What is that?
Yeah, it's mine though. My Quadro one. It's the big John.
We're doing a collab together for tomorrow.
Oh, really? What, like a giveaway?
Yeah, like my Mutant signed and shit. So I'm excited.
Okay, well, I don't know when this will be out. Maybe.
Well, no, I didn't say it on here.
No, I'm saying maybe we can get our editor to Scoobity Doop Boop and hustle a little bit, hustle bustle.
Scoobity Doop 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 Bop.
So. I always wanted to ask you a specific question too. Son of a bitch. Dude, I'm so fucking jet lagged, man.
Like that,
bro, I had this is so random. The fucking suitcase my parents just ridiculous. Dude. So like I over in Italy, I brought a suitcase with me because they were like, bring some clothes and 8x10s. People are gonna want to buy some hats and shit. So I brought like a full suitcase with me. I sold everything. And I was like, it's good because then I had an empty suitcase. I'm like, Ma, you guys can buy some stuff, bring some stuff back with you. Bro, the fucking suitcase had 10 bottles of wine in it. Okay, from Italy. My dad brought back like his fucking like vacuum sealed thing of cheese, a coffee maker, all this different chocolate, a fucking vase. I'm like, you guys are so fucking Italian. It's not even funny. Like a suitcase full of fucking wine. It was ridiculous. So if you've never been to Italy, so one of the things that I want you to do when you travel, bro, is you have to go out into the towns and really try the food because, bro, I'm telling you, man, that's the second time I was in Italy and it's like you've never ate food before.
Really?
It's like your taste buds fucking do the moonwalk.
That good, huh?
Yeah, man, the food's that good, bro. The food is awesome. That good.
That really is good.
And the culture of like being in like the little towns. We went to Venice for a day and it was really fucking touristy. And when you're around like the tourists and like the Americanized like shit, it's not as cool when you're like walking in the towns and seeing like the day to day and like the kids get out of school and like the buses come and like just like the little huts on the side selling, fucking this and that. It's like, that's kind of the cool shit. And like, that's what like my parents, after we went to Venice for the one day, they were like, you know what, we're good here. Like walking around and taking the car and like doing shit. Like, we don't need to do like the touristy stuff. So like we kind of stayed around. And I actually went to a school that Kobe, Kobe was originally from Italy. His first language is Italian. And there was a picture of him and his daughter on the side of the building of the school where he used to, I guess, go to school or practice basketball. It was really neat. A really cool moment. I got a picture of the building. So I thought that was really awesome. So yeah, if you ever have the chance to go to Italy, dude, take it and run.
I would love to, for sure.
Because the two places I've been that I love the most are Italy and Australia.
I definitely want to go to Australia at some point.
Yeah. You definitely got to take those trips, especially if they have like start putting on the shows over there and promoting them. Now you're coming up to Jersey, right?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
Is it for the Aries event?
Yeah.
That's in July. We talked about this on the last podcast, right?
June.
June.
It's the end of June. I'm not sure what it is.
24th?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe we could do something. Maybe we could do a live podcast.
That'd be dope.
I don't know. We have to figure out a place to. Maybe we could talk to Pat. Maybe me and you could do a Mutant in the Mouth live.
That'd be dope.
I wonder if we could pull that off. I mean,
I'm sure we could. Yeah.
Maybe we could see if you guys comment down below. Let us know what you think about if you guys want us to do a little live Mutant in the Mouth podcast when Nick is in town. The Aries event at the end of June. Over the summer. I think that'll be pretty badass, bro.
I think so. Fuck yeah.
So what other travel plans do you have besides Canada coming up? Is there anything booked besides if you got the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing with, Jim does a great job. He always brings out fucking the best of the best out to that show. And you all kind of jump on stage. Is it your first time doing that?
No, I did it last year.
Okay. Oh yeah. Of course. It was you, Derek. It was the whole crew. So that's going to be fucking pretty good to see you guys.
This year he's got a packed house. Me, Derek, Hunter, Sean, Samson, Raphael, Rami. Like it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good too. To see you guys filled out and not peeled and like fuller and bigger and kind of like, everybody's obviously looking at Derek because they're wondering what he's gonna look like because this is where kind of his name kind of started skyrocketing right last year. This is kind of the show that kind of brought him out. So, but I'm really interested to see what you're going to look like in another couple of weeks after.
Fucking huge, bro.
You look huge already. So, and that's why I'm excited. And I think Samson's looking crazy. So a lot of you guys are looking really impressive, man. I think this is going to be a very interesting year. My dog, dude, all I'm listening to is my dog downstairs. She's crying. And I'm going to tell you why she's crying.
Oh, I thought she was sleeping.
No. Do you want to know why she's crying?
Why?
Because the fucking door is not fully opened. And because the door is not opened all the way, she refuses to come up the stairs. So that fucking dog is standing on the top of the stairs in the basement.
Remember you did that on the podcast.
It's unfucking. Oh, I've been listening to her cry for 45 fucking minutes, and she still not has come up the goddamn stairs. Unbelievable, dude.
So that the door has to be open.
If the door is not like, if this is the door, right, and the door swings open this way, if the door is not all the way opened, she will not come up. If the door is like just like swung like this, she's a prissy bitch, bro. She will not come up the butt. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. If I can't undo all this and bring you with me, but if I could, she would be fucking standing at the top of the stair, waiting for me to push the door.
Is she like on the top, like just waiting?
Mm-hmm. When we get off with this, I'm going to hang up with you. I'm going to FaceTime you real quick, walk downstairs and show you how ridiculous she is. She will do it until this is over.
That's awesome. That's funny.
Now your prep is coming up. Is there any vacations planned on your end? I think, weren't you talking about possibly going somewhere or no?
No, we're just, because we got so much traveling going up. By the time I get back from, Jersey and all that stuff, it's just going to be locked in. So after, depending on what I do after the Olympia, if I decide to do the Arnold, I definitely want to plan for me and her to go do something for sure.
Now, have you have a place that you like haven't, obviously, I know you haven't been into a lot of places, but is there like a place that you're like, no, you haven't. You fucking.
I know.
Like, Canada. Fucking that's a bucket list item. That's a bucket list item. Like, give me a break. Like, no offense, no offense against Canadians, but like, I don't think.
Going to Hawaii for a few days. Honestly,
that's a place I've never been, which I've always wanted to go to.
I love Hawaii, and the guy who cuts my hair, he's literally from Hawaii.
Really?
You need to go. So.
Is there a bucket list place?
This year, I would love to take her for a few days, just kind of chill.
Is there a bucket list place though?
I want to go to Australia.
Okay.
I definitely want to go to Italy.
Yep.
I think number one for me, which is probably going to be the most expensive one, I want to go to Bora Bora.
Okay. That's I mean, yeah. Well, that's just expensive because it's Bora Bora.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know.
Do you want to know why I always want to go to Bora Bora?
Nah, no.
So when I was a lot younger, but when the movie Triple X came out with Vin Diesel,
Oh my God.
in the ending scene, he's like, "I want to go to Bora Bora."
That's the only reason.
And then at the last scene, it shows him in Bora Bora. And I was like, that looks really fucking pretty, actually. So I started doing a lot of research on Bora Bora. And I'm like, I want to go to Bora Bora.
Yeah. The two places that I want to go to that I haven't been are like within the US as Hawaii, outside. I really want to go to Greece.
Yeah. I think Greece would be awesome.
You know, because those are places I haven't been that I think would be really fucking cool. Like, dude, I've been to, if I just shouted out some of the places I've been off the top of my head without even thinking, like Italy, Spain, Philippines, let's see, Norway, Denmark, England, Australia, Canada, Mexico,
Canada, baby.
Canada, Czech Republic, Korea. It's just like the list goes on. Like I've been to so many places.
I would like to go to Brazil.
Brazil, I've been to. So okay, so Brazil. So Brazilian bodybuilding fans are fucking awesome because they're just fucking crazy. I wish I had fans that were that crazy about me because they're like obsessed with like their fucking bodybuilders.
I know.
But one thing I will say about being in Brazil is that when I was there in Sao Paulo, it's very hard to get around because not a lot of people fucking understand English. That was the hardest place for me. I remember being with David Henry in the cab, trying to find a gym and tell the fucking cab driver that we're looking for a gym. And you would think it was like,
really?
it was rough, bro. It was hard to get around there. But now there's like those iTranslate apps and shit that you use. Like I used in Italy the whole time. But yeah, Brazil was a hard place to get around. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It still looks like a fun time though.
Uh-huh. All those times are fucking cool, bro.
There was another one I wanted to go to.
Alaska, I really want to go to. That's a really bad. No, I don't. God's country.
Really, I don't have an interest in that one.
That's not your type of shit, though. That country fucking bumpkin living shit that I like. That ain't your like tomorrow morning.
Bro.
See, like tomorrow morning, like you're gonna be like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fucking man, shit." Like tomorrow, I'm waking up and I got 2 yards of fucking river rock delivered. I got 4 yards of black mulch. And I got my buddy coming over with his guy that he does landscaping with, and we're going to fucking remulch my entire property, put the river rock down on the side where it needs to go, make everything look nicey nice. But it's going to be like a lot of fucking grunt work, a lot of, shoveling stone and shoveling fucking mulch and wheelbarrow and shit. And I love it.
That's the shit I used to watch my dad do from inside looking through the window.
Yeah, you don't fucking like have any like urge to like, I don't know. I think it's cool, like to make my house like look really like from afar. I'm like that. Fucking look, I did all that shit.
No, I'd rather pay someone.
You're such a fucking loser. I don't know, man. I think the reason why I love it so much is because of the reason that you just said. I remember watching my dad do it. This fucking dog is still moaning. I remember watching my dad do it, like you said, growing up. Fucking all like no shirt, jacked out of his fucking mind, like fucking sweating his balls off, fucking lifting all that. I was like, that's fucking badass. And that's just the image I have in my head of like, that's the badass fucking manly thing to do. Don't you yawn?
Just to say, look out though. Like my dad wasn't jacked, so.
Yeah, but your dad ain't no fucking pussy.
If my dad was jacked, I might have found it cool too. No, but I did help him a lot when I was younger. Like,
yeah,
So I don't want people to think I'm some entitled little shithead here, but
No.
me and my brother did a lot of yard work when we were younger.
Did you have chores? Was it like Nick had A, B, and C to do?
We did, but then like that kind of faded because neither one of us would like really do our shit. So whenever like my dad, you know, it was yard work time, we're picking weeds and mowing lawn, doing this shit, like he would tell us what he wanted us to do. And, you know, we helped him, we did it. And so I think when I did it, and even I can speak for my brother, like we fucking hated it.
Yeah.
We didn't like it. We didn't enjoy it. So I think that's, you know, because I'll never not try something and say I hate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not that. So growing up and doing it, I hated it. So now I was like, I'll just face it, man. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, we had a dude. So there was me, my sister, my brother. So we had a dog. So somebody had to walk the dog. Somebody had to take the trash out every day. The recycling. Then who brought it to the thing, and then who was like mom cooked, kids did the dishes. Like mom didn't do the dishes. Like if mom cooked, fucking kids did the dishes. You know, made your bed every morning before you fucking went to school. The list just went on. Like there was things that like my sister did, like who cut the yard, who did this. Like we had fucking chores to do, and we didn't get paid to do them either. We didn't have no allowance. It was
just chores, man.
Yeah, your allowance is that you sleep under this motherfucker.
Yeah, you got to live here.
Yeah, rent bitch. You know, it's like fuck out of here.
Say that shit to me all the time.
Yeah, you don't want to live under this roof. You're gonna live by these rules.
You got a roof over your head. You got food on the table. You got nothing else to say. You
got clothes on your back.
Yeah.
You don't go. Me and your mother don't send you to school naked, do we?
That's exactly it, man.
Fucking dude. I mean, listen, but you know what? Those kind of morals are still like, I wake up every day now, and guess what? I make my bed before I even fucking go downstairs. And you know what? It might sound dumb, but it makes me feel good knowing that when I walk into my room every time I got to get something throughout the day, and I see that my bed's made and it doesn't look like fucking a tornado just hit it. I don't know. It makes me feel a little better about myself that I'm not a fucking slob. You know?
But that just goes back to what we said, man. As long as you're happy, who cares? You know?
I mean, that's it, bro. That's it. I mean, you know, yeah, man, it's crazy. There's a lot of negativity, and there's a lot of segregation going on lately in bodybuilding, and a lot of negative stuff that I see, and it sucks. You know,
it does suck, and I'll tell you why. Even for me, it sucks, and I'm sure all you and a lot of us can, you know, somewhat relate. You know, we really go on our way to be vulnerable, right? Yeah. And put a lot of our personal shit out on the internet. You know, really try to give everyone an inside look of our lives, rather than just bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So it's like when, you know, something goes wrong, or again, not even wrong, just something somebody don't agree with, or you know, you get shitted on, and it's like, I don't need to tell you motherfuckers this shit. Like,
yeah, you
guys want to see it, so we give it to you. What are you being so negative for? Yeah. You know, it's like when I did the Q&A with Maria, and literally, she got shitted on hard, and I'm like, you guys wanted this. We gave you what you wanted. We made it fun. Why are you shitting on her so bad?
Because it wasn't their fucking way.
Exactly.
And that's the truth. And people want things done their way. And if it's not done their way, they get fucking upset about it, Nick.
And dude, you know what? I didn't get mad, you know, even though I knew she was a little upset. She got over it rather quickly, which I'm happy about. But I'm just like, you guys wouldn't say none of this shit to her face, man.
And you know what? For you, some guy, I'm not going to say who his name was, because I don't know if he wants me to, but it was a guy who loves our podcast, came up to me in the gym this past week. And if you guys think I'm lying, I know he watches the podcast. So if you're watching, you know who you are. Comment fucking down below your name, say this was me, and we'll shout you out. But he came up to me and he's like, hey man, I just want to introduce myself. My name is so-and-so. I was like, hey man, nice to meet you. I said, I see you in here all the time. He's like, yeah. He goes, I just want to let you know I'm a fan of the podcast. And I go, oh, which one do you watch? And he goes, I watch them both. He's like, Bro Chat and Mutant in the Mouth. He's like, I think they're both awesome. I said, oh, that's awesome, man. And he goes, I have to say, he goes, Nick by himself on Mutant in the Mouth and Nick on any other podcast. He goes, even the one you did with you and Trigilli or you, Trigilli and Seth, he goes, he's a lot different of a person with one-on-one with you than he is with anybody else. And I go, you know what, man, I really appreciate you saying that. I go, because that was kind of the reason why I wanted to have a podcast and I wanted to do it with Nick, was because I knew that Nick was a certain way with me and not with a lot of other people. But some people in my life at that time thought that was actually bullshit. And I'm glad that with somebody like that, you know, came up to me and said that, and because it validated how I truly felt, and that it wasn't just some made up fucking bullshit feeling in my head, that it was nonsense. Right. So, you know, that made me fucking very happy. And to your point, we do, man, like, this is not easy. Like, first of all, it's 10:45 at fucking night on Thursday. Like, I'm jet lagged. I'm exhausted. Nick, it's only fucking 7:45 by you, but like, you know, we sacrifice our time. I just got home. I'm sacrificing my work, my fucking clients, my fucking time with my dogs. You're sacrificing time with Maria, like things like it's just, and our time is money, whether people like it or not. Like, we could be investing our time into other things, and we do it, you know, because we really enjoy, you know, talking to each other. And we know that, I guess, a lot of our life is going to be public no matter what. So we rather come on here and show you guys, like, you know what, like, this is really I'd rather me tell you than someone else tell you. Yeah. I'd rather narrate my own fucking story than having somebody else narrate it for me. So it's like, this is what's going on. This is what we've been doing. And this is from the fucking horse's mouth. So don't go listen to anybody else about what you heard, what you think, because this is what it is. And if it's about me, this is, you know, this is the story, and this is the fucking truth. And that's that. So, you know, I think we can end with just that. So, I don't know about you, but I'm fucking exhausted. You need sleep, bro. I'm fucking beat. I need sleep. Also, guys, just be sure to comment down below. Let me and Nick know what you like about the podcast, topics you want us to cover, questions you want us to ask. And also let us know what you guys are, if there's any interest in seeing us live at the June 20, I think it's the June 24th. Let me double check that real quick. The Aries event. I think it is. Yep. June 24th at the Aries Nutrition event. We're thinking maybe that weekend we can do a little live podcast for you guys and get a little interactive Q&A going. So let us know down below. Until next time, you got Mutant and the Mouth signing off. Peace.